Okay, so we start with Lord of the Flies by William Golding. Um, I apologize for previously not reinstating this book or talking about this book previously, as I had the utmost opportunity previously to talk about it, and I did not. Usually, you present something on information that's fresh to you, so this is will be a little bit of something I had to review. This book is one to really enjoy because it, like most literature, it questions the true essence of morality, and the overall theme is one of very great importance. I want to start out about the characters in the beginning. We start with Piggy is one of our characters. Piggy is he has glasses. He might not be the most fit, but he does represent the intellectual side of civilization. The kids are on a stranded island as well, and it's all kids. There are no adults. Therefore, they leave it up to the kids as a natural nature of people to either be savage or to be more civilized. And this stems back to the creations of civilization. And the question that is posed is, are people naturally inclined to be savage, or are people naturally good? Questions are explored more in the criminology and the psychology areas. But then after P, we have Ralph. And Ralph is one of my personal favorite. He is the politician. He's the emphasis of the government, the epitome of government in this book. He has this conch that him and Piggy found that they use as a sort of order bringing. The person who has the conch is able to speak, and only them, and it establishes order. Order is necessary for the society to function as a whole, and that was the point that William Golding was making. But overall, um, Ralph tried to create this government kind of feel. He tried to be the leader and say, make it more democratic, make it so that people vote, to give emphasis to a sort of fair society. He would represent the goodness of people. The main question posed was about people believed in fear, and there's a theme to that. There was a fear always there on the island, that there was something there, a beast, a something there, but they don't know what it is. They think it's ghosts. They don't know. They're kids. We have Jack. Jack represents the decline of civilization. If you noticed, they revert to hunting. Hunting is significant because hunting and gathering was of the Paleolithic era, of what we think is really old savage. They wear makeup, mark of savagery. Dislike Ralph, dislike Piggy. It's all the decline of the civilization. All they do is hunt, war chants, the utter dislike of order, that should be more free. Everyone should do what they want. It should be more competitive. I do agree with this in some sense, that it should be competitive because capitalist economy, but I do not agree in the sense of the savagery in nature. Basically, what we have then is Ralph is always tied to reason. Ralph and reason go very well together, and that's one of the things that the civilization needed as a whole. But um, this is something Jack lacks, and Jack is more fit on emotion and more impulsive than Ralph. And they're both two top leading figures, but they both try to achieve one common goal, the stability of the island, but both have different means of attaining it, one more darker than the other in the sense of evil. Although it's pretty relative and objective to your own point of view. Um, they also stated that this head a pig head that was pitted in the ground by a pole, kind of stick. They pitted that. They believe that, well, it's very scary, and that's the fear. But Simon has a sort of epilepsy thing going on, and all of a sudden has some sort of idea that it's not the pig itself that's the fear. The pig states that it's the fear instilled within all the boys that's creating the problem. This insecurity created is the biggest problem on the island, and the sense of security would have been established by Ralph if Ralph had the wide support, which he did not, because Jack is a sore loser, unfortunately. So, from there, we have the sudden epiphany that William Golding presents. That the reason that he did that is to make you think. Well, that's an epiphany. It's a sudden realization that it's not really existent. It's allegorical in meaning, as in double meaning. It's not literal. Literal to a certain extent, but way beyond literal meaning. So I described the conch. They call meetings of sorts. The first time they ever do anything with fire, most of the forest is burned down on the jungle. Another act of a sort of savagery, because when you think burning things down over and over, and this isn't like slash and burn farming, this is like complete utter burn. And then Piggy's glasses are broken and taken as well. And Piggy's glasses, not only Piggy represents it, but Piggy's glasses represent intellectualness. And so I'm gonna write that. We have Piggy's glasses. Glasses. And we also have Ralph. You could say characterization of Ralph and Jack. And they're kind of foil characters. Jack's personality is almost the antithesis of Ralph's, and the author wanted to show you the nature of people this way and present a mighty fine question: are people naturally good or naturally evil? If it would be naturally evil, it would be more towards Jack, but naturally good would be towards Ralph. What we have in our society is more towards Ralph, fortunately. You also have the conch. And the Lord of the Flies. Lord of the Flies was the pig's head, basically, what I was describing. There's a lot of flies on it. And then eventually Piggy is killed, and it represents the full-fledged decline. Piggy is killed by a boulder while he's trying to reason with people. It doesn't work. He dies. Ralph runs. They search for Ralph in a forest, and his location is given by Sam and Eric, the two twins. And they burn down the entire forest to try to find Ralph and try to get him out of hiding. Eventually he runs so far off to the beach that he encounters a British officer who saves them. And the officer was kind of like, "What are you kids doing?" sort of thing. Because it was a mature action of the kids to act upon their own on an island. But the real question lies still: is it natural to be good or evil? Mix of both. Anything. Environment determines it. Could be a question. These are just the issues presented by the book, and very interesting in nature. A question that not many people can actually name. Most people will probably say environment, some people say genetics, there are many theories, and this also ties to criminology and other studies as well in psychology and criminal behavior say that, well, are people naturally good? Do we assume so? What do we do about it is the true question. And that's basically it for The Lord of Flies by William Golding. If you have any questions, just ask.